Are you looking for a quick and easy side dish? Or are you looking for an entree to feed a family of 4? Either way, this dish will do just that. So let's start with our rice. I'm going in with 1 cup of white rice. And you want to make sure that you clean your rice really well. I rinsed mine about 5 to 6 times. And now I'm going to go in with water. I'm using 2 cups of water to my 1 cup of rice. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to getting this thing cooked. Now when it comes to making rice, I'll be the first to admit that I am not a professional with making it on the stove. So I like to use my rice cooker. That guarantees that it'll come out perfect every time. All you do is mash that button down and wait for it to cook. While that's doing what it has to do, we're going to move on to our veggie. And of course I have to use my Cuisinart knife. I have raved about this knife so much. So if you have not purchased it yet, let this be your inspiration to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up a yellow onion. You can honestly use as much or as little as you'd like. I like this amount. I feel like this is the perfect amount for 1 cup of white rice. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a nice dice, and then we're going to move on to the next step. To a pan on medium heat, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I have done this before with olive oil, but it's not the same. And then I'm also going to go in with 2 tablespoons of butter. Once that is all melted together, we're going to go in and add in our onion. Now that butter and oil has melted down together, you're going to add in your onion. And tell me, onion does not smell amazing when it's going in some butter. Oh my goodness. So you're just going to let that go for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then we're going to add in 2 eggs. I whisk my eggs together, and I like to do this first because I like the way it cooks up. You'll see in just a second. Look at how beautiful that egg looks. So you're just going to go ahead and break it down into smaller pieces. You can use as much or as little egg as you like. Like I said, I went in with 2 eggs because we like a good amount of eggs in our fried rice, but you can get away with just 1. Or if you don't like eggs at all, you don't have to add it. So now I'm going in with half a cup of frozen veggies. I use mixed veggies. I know a lot of people always tend to use peas and carrots, but I always have mixed veggies on hand, so that's what I use, and I don't taste the difference. So either one is fine. Or if you don't like it, you don't have to use it at all. You can completely skip this step. And yes, my veggies are frozen, but they cook down just fine. And now I'm going to add that rice into our mixture, and you want to make sure that you incorporate everything together. So this is going to require a lot of wrist work. You want to keep that wrist moving. Just mix everything together. And you also don't want anything to burn, so that's another reason why you should keep your wrist moving. Keep it going. Yes, my pan is still on medium heat for those of you who are wondering. And now I'm just going to go in with some seasonings. So I'm using an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. That's it. That's all the flavor you need. So now I'm going to make sure I give that a good mix, making sure everything is well incorporated and that seasoning hits every part of this dish. Once that's all incorporated, I'm going to go in with my soy sauce. This is an 1/8 cup of soy sauce. When it comes to soy sauce, you really want to make sure that you're starting with a smaller amount and then adding as needed. Soy sauce can get very salty, so you did not see me use any salt at all throughout this dish. This is the first time I'm using it, and that's through the soy sauce. Remember, start with a little and add as you need it. I want to make sure that I'm stressing that because it can get very salty if you go in with too much of it in the beginning. So now I'm just making sure to mix until every piece is coated with that soy sauce so we can get that color that we like to see when it comes down to fried rice. Now we're pretty much done. Look at that rice. Is that not beautiful? So you're just going to give it one more good stir, and you want to make sure that you taste it. So after you're done stirring, give it a taste. Figure out if you need any other seasoning or if you need to add a little more soy sauce. If you do, this is the time to do it. And you're just going to go ahead and turn your heat off, and you're going to plate it. Plate it however you'd like. And I will say this, if you did want to add A protein, you can definitely do that. I would recommend that you do that before you add in your rice. And this is it. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.